Welcome back, enemies of the fire. We are here to talk about all things European soccer, or at least what we find extremely interesting. And so, very, very much interesting to our hearts is how PSV wrecked shop all season in Netherlands, raised the title, and then also we lost one of the coolest human beings ever. R.I.P. to Serginho Dest and his what did he do? He tore his ACL. Rest in peace. Yeah, he's done for a hot minute.
Damn.
Which
I did think somebody died.
Yeah, it hurts.
It feels like that, but man, you know what, folks? You took it too far there.
I was like, oh shit, somebody died?
That's how I feel, man. Serginho Dest is one of the absolute best American players on the globe right now.
Yes.
He is. I mean, I get it, but man, you made it sound like he died, bro. Like, man, he's like,
well, I mean, no Serginho Dest in Copa America, man. That's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
no
we need him for the World
Dest.
Cup, though. That's what matters. Give me him and Serginho Dest in 2026.
It's just gonna roll. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna roll him off for the Copa America. That's it.
Guys, I think all the leagues are basically coming to an end, though. So you have some winners being doled out, right? EPL kind of still in a battle.
That's still a battle.
Arsenal versus Man City. I hope Arsenal pulls it out. I'm rooting for Arsenal.
Yeah, agreed. I like variety. I hope Arsenal
wins variety
just because
I actually prefer Man City.
I know.
And I'm a Man United fan. But I'm so mad at Man United.
Yeah, as a soccer watcher, I will watch more Man City than Arsenal every day, all day. But I'd rather Arsenal win just for the change of season. Because if you go over to look at Germany, finally
look at England. I mean, look at England the last 3 years. It's been Man City, Man City, Man City, Man City, Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea. Guess what? Guess what? Manchester United. You guys suck donkey balls. I'm a Manchester United fan, and it hurts. It's been abysmal. It's been it's to the point where I'm checked out. I'll care again when you guys give a shit, because they don't give a shit. They hired Ten Hag, and I knew they didn't give a shit because they fired Jose Mourinho, who's the only man on the planet who actually gives a shit about. He's the only manager who actually gives a shit about Manchester United's history, and they fired him. I'm a Jose guy. Bring Jose back, but maybe it's too late for Jose. Maybe bring in Bill Belichick.
Bus in Chicago, please.
Leicester City back in 2015-16. That's what happened. The next year was Chelsea. The next year was Manchester City. The next year's Manchester City. The next year's Liverpool for their one win. Everybody thinks Liverpool's so fucking dominant. They suck donkey balls. They did once. Okay, they don't suck donkey balls. They suck elephant ball. Sorry, they're a little bit bigger gonads for them. Manchester City.
If it weren't for Steven Gerrard slip, they would have won another title.
That's true. Please, Arsenal, don't blow this. Come on.
Please. My God.
Give us something new.
We need some variety.
So how you feel about EPL? Are you a fan right now, or are you like, eh?
I'm mad at the end of the season. Like, I really do feel like Jedi had a good season, which I love. Jedi's another individual that I care deeply for. And honestly, like, I'm excited for Jamie Vardy to be back, dude. Chugging Red Bulls, being a madman, running into the wall, like Jamie Vardy all day, every day for me. So I'm excited
question.
Leicester's what up?
And it has to do with how we're seeing this come down. So they play in England, they play 38 total games. And so at the end of that 38 games, the champion is decided. Basically, the entire season is the playoffs. Is it time for English Premiership to start thinking about playoffs? Is it time to start thinking about taking the top four teams and putting them into a 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 type of playoff to see who wins a different cup here? Maybe still do what MLS does and you award the Community Shield for the winner of the league, and then you have a little bit of playoffs, because the end of the season for EPL it's like listening to a Bronx cheer, which I don't know if you know what that is. A Bronx cheer is a freaking
dude, James. No, but the problem is
James is trying to Americanize the Premier League, guys.
Well, here's the problem that no one wants to admit, because we're all here in America and we desperately want all these things because they're great.
Right.
Promotion relegation is great. All
and they have
long,
that. They have playoffs in promotion relegation, but they don't have it here.
And they have playoffs as in cup games.
True.
Like that's the U.S. Open Cup is your playoffs. You know what I mean? But anyway, I backtrack. The problem is what is likely on the planet. Is America going to get pro rel, or is MLS going to open up the system? No, hell no. You're going to get salary caps and closed systems and playoffs overseas before you ever see any of that good stuff come over here, man. That's the real problem.
Damn.
I know, it makes you sad, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, who wants to spend about $500 million on a franchise only to get freaking sent down to second division the following season?
See, you know how you do that? You go 10 years of no relegation.
You buy that team. That's the team you buy after they're relegated.
Well, right, true, but that's what you do. You stop expansion. You go 10 years, and whoever the bottom 3 teams after 10 years, and you give the lower divisions 10 years to beef up. Then you do promotion relegation every year after that.
I think English Premiership is making a big mistake in not having a draft. The NFL draft is
draft.
The NFL draft. About? The NFL draft is legit one of the greatest freaking things about the NFL.
Yeah,
imagine you are Everton and you get to draft Man United's second best youth player.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter because it's awesome. Stupid. No, that's stupid.
That's dumb, man.
It's
totally different systems. I'm not debating you there.
There's only one league to go into. In the Jordan Morris effect, yet again. You can have a good career in any league.
Right.
As a soccer player. So the draft makes no sense.
And also it could complicate things because how are you going to get loaned out, right? Are you going to be the third pick in the Premiership or the first pick after the first pick in Italy? That's wild. What I mean? That would be so cool. Imagine if every team in the English Premiership had a draft pick somehow. That would be nuts.
Oh, see, I messed up because I tried to make that sound terrible because that's terrible idea.
It'd be terrible for the player. Excited. Imagine you're a good player and you're on a bad team and then you're there for the next 4 years of your career, and that's your career. You get injured, boom, at your 5th year, and you're like, oh, I'm done.
Grow up in France and get drafted to Turkey your whole life. Like, screw that, man. That's so terrible and dumb. That's like when we send people to fucking Arizona or something here in the United States. Like, oh, you go play for Milwaukee now. You're a Brewer. It's like, oh,
you're a Pittsburgh Pirate.
Imagine growing up in California and being sent to freaking New York. I mean, not even New York, like Minnesota.
Well, I mean, like look at what kind of crap. Like, what the greatest sports documentary ever made. No, about Doc Ellis.
Yes,
he grew up in California. And then had to go and do minor league in segregated South.
Whoa.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Doc Ellis has got a great story.
That's fucked up. So
threw a no-hitter on LSD. Look it up. It's a fantastic little YouTube video. It's a true story. Threw a no-hitter. And he's looking at the star. He's looking at the home plate umpire and he's just seeing stars.
You know what too? Yeah, he threw a perfect game even. On LSD, right? Or was it a no-hitter?
I thought it was a no-hitter on LSD, right. But all the same.
No-hitter on LSD, and that same season, he made the All-Star team and was a part of the first ever all-black starting lineup for a baseball game.
And I believe he only threw the one game on the LSD.
In major leagues, obviously.
Basically what happened is he didn't know he was playing that day. His girlfriend kicked him away next to a pool. And he was like, she's looking at the newspaper. She's like, "You're playing today," and he's high as fuck on LSD outside the pool. He's like, "Oh, really?" Apparently, he got a little bit more during the game because it's a crazy little story. Basically baseball used to be doing uppers and downers and all sorts of weird stuff. And there used to be fans. Yeah, there were fans literally handing players pouches of pills. It's fucking nuts. The old NFL was even crazier too with some of the drugs. Some of these players were talking about.
And all of them in the NASL went to Studio 54.
That's a good time. Sounds like a good time to go with Pele. You know what's another good time to go with Pele?
What's that? What's what?
I would say going. Well, I was gonna say going to Serie A. No, probably not. Bundesliga, yes. Take me to the Bundesliga. Take me to the Bundesliga. Bundesliga, Leverkusen kicking Bayern's ass. Do we ever see this happening again?
I mean, they did take on Harry Kane, so it's kind of like, oh man, you brought the curse with you.
Bayern has won every single championship since
Wolfsburg.
Since before 2014, which Google doesn't have the results for clickable on.
Dude,
what I'm looking
Wolfsburg
at.
in like
2012, 2013?
2006 or 7. That's the literal last time.
Bundesliga champion. That was in 2008-9.
Okay, 8-9.
Yeah, that's a while ago, man.
That's a long time ago.
That's a long while ago.
But meanwhile, Bayern finally.
Nope.
Dortmund has not won it in the last 10 years, from what I've seen here. It's all Bayern except for Leverkusen this year. And their goals for 77 to Bayern's 89. Their goals against, though, 22. Take a look at their defense and their goalie.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Bayern led up 38 to Leverkusen's 22. That's 26 more. 26 more goals led up than Leverkusen. Who the fuck's their defense and goalie? I gotta dig into that.
Granit Xhaka?
Florian Wirtz? Frimpong?
This
is a team.
They got a real team, man. We went through this before.
Alex
you had this kind of same reaction.
I'm just stunned at the names that I recognize on this team. Arthur? Let's keep going.
Man, it's like the guy just
Lucas Radetzky. He's their captain. Lucas Radetzky is their captain, goalkeeper from Finland, and he's freaking just won
Memento.
the
league. Oh man,
crazy movie.
Oh, so I can't tell you how excited I am that Bayern lost. I want some variety. I don't want true parity where it's just like a crapshoot all the time, like NFL, worst to first to first to worst. But I do like seeing at least a race. You know what I mean? I at least like seeing the race. I hate when Bayern and City and PSG and Ajax and the only one team wins the league. It's gross. It sucks.
Yeah.
So long live Leverkusen.
Moving on to Serie A, Inter Miami dominated.
Inter Milan.
Oh wow! You said Inter Miami. Really? What city is that in Italy?
Somebody's got to throw it.
So Inter.
Wow.
I almost did it.
Inter Milan. It's so easy to do.
They ran away with this thing.
They're both Inter.
But you know who finished second, don't you?
Yes, Christian Pulisic.
And AC Milan. I'm extremely happy Pulisic has found his footing. He is by far the best American player. I don't care what you say about Gio Reyna. He hasn't shown it yet. Pulisic has delivered. He had a big year at Chelsea. He had big moments in years he wasn't being fully utilized. He had big moments at Dortmund, and now he put together a strong Serie A season, which is a great league for him to slice and dice. I look forward to him retiring a club legend.
Guess who was the leading scorer for AC Milan?
Pulisic.
It was Giroud. Guess who was the second leading scorer for AC Milan?
Pulisic.
It was Pulisic.
Okay, perfect. See, I told you they was boys, man.
I trapped you there, but yeah, Olivier Giroud with 13 goals. Christian Pulisic is the second leading scorer for their team with 10 goals. Rafael Leao, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Noah Okafor, Luka Jovic, Theo Hernandez.
Now hold on, that's got to be just Serie A because on the season I think he's got way more goals.
Really?
He scored
Yes.
Champions League
Yes.
goals.
This is just Serie A.
Yeah.
Who's their goalkeeper?
Why am I blanking? It's the guy whose name starts with an M.
Is it Mayan? Mayan
I
or
think
Marante?
so. I don't know how exactly to pronounce it.
It's Myron. It's Mike Mayan. Magnan.
He's pretty solid.
He's French.
They've got a good team, and everybody thought Pulisic was going to back up some people, and he made them have to force all three of those wingers onto the field at the same time. Like they couldn't take him off the field
because he was one of their best players.
He's the best American player on the planet. He was one of their best players, if not the player of the season. Like I said,
was definitely their player. Olivier Giroud is not scoring those goals without Christian Pulisic drawing those attention.
They played well together at Chelsea. They played well together at AC Milan. You know, I'm excited about it.
Wow, that's actually pretty damn awesome. How did the other American do?
Well, Musa did not get a ton of playing time, but played well. Like
Musa
did not
28 appearances. 28 appearances. I think he actually played a lot more than he thought. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, he's so young that any bit of experience like that, especially with that many appearances, I didn't know he made that many.
Right.
That's good for him because he didn't look out of his depth. He didn't super excel, but that's fine. He's at an age where he's always going to continue to get better. And like he excites me for the national team as well. Like Italy is a good place for these guys.
What about Juventus's Weston McKennie? He led the team with 9 assists.
McKennie is becoming an integral part of what they do. You know who McKennie is now? He could become Juventus's like Rossi, or like that guy who's just like an anchor. He's never like the best player on the team, but he's always such a cog in the system that he just is important and stays there.
Do you want to know how important Weston McKennie was? The second most assists was 4. He has 9. He has double plus 1 assist.
And he's a scoring threat. He had 0 goals in Serie A this season.
Well,
but he is
a scoring threat. But he is a scoring threat. I definitely agree with you there.
So, I think he had a great year. Obviously, I think Timothy Weah could have had a better year. I would love for him to go somewhere that truly sees him as an attacking player.
Was Weah on this team?
Yeah, because he plays so well for the U.S.
Yeah, he had 0 goals and 1 assist in 27 games played.
Well, because they played him as a wingback and mostly as a wingback. That's why the U.S. is talking about playing him in the wingback for Dest, and since he's injured.
Spot duty, yes, that makes sense.
And then put Reyna up front. So I mean, I think it depends. Way is at a crossroad in his career. He's got to either fully commit to this left back or right back thing, or he's got to commit to attacking as a winger. And I don't know what he's gonna do right now, but I would hate to piss him off because his dad's the president or
the president of Liberia. That's right. All right, let's close down this part, and then we'll come back and talk about the Fire briefly before we shut down the podcast. Guys, thanks for hanging out here on Enemies of the Fire. Make sure you guys kick that like button, comment below at anything that infuriates you or makes you happy. We like both.